How do you feel about sex?
Sex was bad and dirty and...
And your mother? What did she tell you?
She also told me that sex was bad and dirty. But only with my father. With everyone else, she said it was great.
What's up, Vault Dwellers? Dan here. You know, when done right, horror and comedy, they were made for each other because they're both about timing. And when filmmakers figure out how to do both, you get something special. These movies, they're not lazy spoofs that just reference better movies. These are films made by people who grew up on the same stuff we did. They watched Hammer horror on late night. They memorized every slasher kill. And they understood that sometimes the best way to honor a genre is to lovingly tear it apart. So from vampire comedies to slasher send-ups to one of the weirdest sequels ever made, here are 10 of the best horror parodies you're ever gonna see. Let's get into it.
Point, try anything. Rock and you can roll, you can really just roll it. Have fun, fun, fun. You can rock and you can roll, you can really do the jelly. And you can do the twist. Yeah.
We're gonna get started with Hysterical, made by the Hudson brothers. If you remember them, they had a Saturday morning variety show in the mid-70s. And if you're of a certain age, you might recall their brand of goofy musical comedy. Well, in 1983, they wrote and starred in this horror spoof about a writer who retreats to a lighthouse in the town of Hellview, Oregon, only to discover it's haunted by a lovesick ghost who wants him to replace her dead sea captain.
Look, I'm looking for 1313 Cliffview.
Woo! Woo! He wants to know where the old lighthouse is!
Look, I'm not going to pretend that this is a masterpiece. It's got that airplane style, throw everything at the wall energy. It's got dancing zombies, an Exorcist parody, and there's this guy on a bike who just keeps warning everyone, you're doomed.
You're doomed!
He's doomed.
People are doomed. You're doomed!
Me?
Yeah, you're doomed! Whoa, no.
But here's the thing. Those dancing zombies, they predate Thriller by like 4 months. The Hudson brothers' chemistry, it's solid. And there's enough weirdness here to make it worth your time. Charlie Callis shows up as a 2,000-year-old Dracula, which, you know, raises some interesting theological questions really nobody asked.
You're doomed. Doomed. Doomed.
You're still doomed!
Oh, there was a phone message for you.
Oh, what did he say?
Your daughter's gonna die tonight. Then he says,
Oh, wow.
Wacko begins 13 years after the lawnmower killer murdered a cheerleader on Halloween.
Have a good time.
And Detective Dick Harbinger, played by a gloriously disheveled Joe Don Baker, he's convinced that the killer is coming back. And guess what? He's totally right, because this is a slasher parody, and that's how these things work.
Maybe a werewolf. Maybe the lawnmower killer. Go ahead, kid, laugh. But you're too young to remember those ghastly, grisly, ghoulish, god-awful murder in this state's history.
Wacko, it also wants desperately to be Airplane, but for the slasher crowd. And while it misses more than it hits, when it does connect, it just totally connects. George Kennedy plays a surgeon who keeps spying on his teenage daughters through their bedroom windows, which it's exactly as uncomfortable as it sounds. And a young Andrew Dice Clay shows up as Tony Schlagoni, a Travolta-style greaser with a theme song he apparently wrote himself.
Girls always pulling out my hair. My temperature rises, my soul realizes she almost approaches my league when she's hot. Tony Schlagoni, ow!
Very funny.
The whole thing parodies Psycho, The Omen, a little bit of Alien, some Elephant Man for some reason. Really, it's a mess, but it's a fun mess.
This is crazy, Rover. You're crazy.
I want cherries.
You got it.
2 of them.
You got it. You got it. Just give me a second. 1,
2.
Stewardess, my coffee is cold.
Pandemonium is a weird one. Alfred Soule, he's the guy who made the super disturbing Alice, Sweet Alice movie, directed this cheerleader slasher spoof, originally called Thursday the 12th.
Which way to the cheerleader camp?
The setup, it's a cheerleading camp that reopens years after a massacre. And wouldn't you know it, the killing, it starts again. This cast is so stacked. Carol Kane doing a Carrie parody with telekinetic powers.
Mama, I'm going to that cheerleading camp. And I'm going to be like everybody else.
I didn't raise you to be a cheerleader.
Paul Rubin as a creepy deputy. It's got Judge Reinhold, even Tom Smothers as a Canadian Mountie, which is a direct jab at all those slashers being shot in Canada. The first kill involves cheerleaders getting skewered on a giant shish kebab. And honestly, that's the level of commitment to the bit you need to appreciate here. Tab Hunter plays the killer, revealed to be resentful that he was never allowed to be a cheerleader. It's so bonkers, but Carol Kane alone makes it worth tracking down. Hey, I'm just kind of curious though, what's your favorite slasher parody from the 80s? Drop it in the comments, because I know you've probably got some deep cuts, just in case I missed it.
Ow!
Ah!
Ow!
Ah!
He's right. He is a jerk.
Okay, I'll come straight to the point. You're the murderer.
No, that's impossible. I wouldn't hurt a fly.
Student Bodies is the OG, because it's the first film to directly parody the slasher genre.
Hello? Hello?
I said,
And it was released back in 1981 when Friday the 13th was barely a year old, and the rules, they hadn't even been codified yet. But somehow, Student Bodies already knew all the clichés well enough to mock them.
all these stairs. I hope I don't die first.
The killer is called the Breather, and he wears rubber dishwashing gloves instead of leather ones. And he murders teens with things like paper clips, horse head bookends, and I think an eggplant. The movie puts a body count on screen every time someone dies, and I love it, right? It literally stops the film to have a guy say, fuck.
In order to achieve an R rating today, a motion picture must contain full frontal nudity. Since this film has none of those, the producers of this motion picture have asked me to take this opportunity to say, fuck you.
So they could get an R rating. And I guess my video just got an R rating. There's a janitor named Malvert who steals every scene he's in with this bizarre, lanking energy.
Malvert, buy you a hot dog. Then you like Malvert.
Albert.
Is this movie as funny as Airplane? No, not quite. Does it run out of steam in the second half? Yeah, really it does. But this is patient zero for horror parody. And without it, we don't get Scary Movie 20 years later.
What did you hit now?
Damn dog again?
Where are you? Hey, man, that's my parking space. Can't you see I'm blind?
Hey, I'm more handicapped than you. I can't even make love to a woman.
I can never find one. Now move it.
Hey, that's our parking spot.
Great physical beauty can be a handicap, too.
Return of the Killer Tomatoes happens 10 years after the Great Tomato War. Tomatoes, they're outlawed.
Before you knew it, the war was raging from coast to coast. Seattle fell. Then Boston. Los Angeles.
The pizza industry, it's in shambles. And the mad scientist Professor Gangrene, played by John Astin, he's doing his best Gomez Addams thing, is using music to transform tomatoes into people. One of his creations, it's a beautiful woman named Tara, and she escapes and falls for a pizza delivery guy, Chad. And then things get a lot weirder.
Do you want to make love?
I want...
I also cook 815 international dishes, perform 637 sexual acts. Shall I cook you something?
No, thank you.
How about a blowjob? Maybe iron your pants.
No!
But here's the real reason to watch. George Clooney. He rocks a magnificent mullet in this movie. He plays Chad's horn dog roommate, Matt.
What's these girls gonna do when they find out there's no winner?
Well, no problem. See, I graciously invite them out to dinner, and then I present them with the second place prize. That's me. Yes.
This is pre-ER, pre-Batman, just pre-everything Clooney. And he's clearly having the time of his life in this movie. This movie also does this incredible meta gag when they run out of budget halfway through and start doing blatant product placement to fund the rest of the film.
Well, when I get a little hungry, I go out, I pick myself up a Nestle's Crunch Bar. Yeah, it scrunches when it crunches.
Wow, I'd heard that. Yeah, but...
It's so self-aware in ways that just wouldn't become mainstream for another decade. I love this flick.
You couldn't get a date? What about your husband?
He's killed in the Great Tomato War!
Ma'am, that's ancient history. You should have found somebody by now.
I can't see what
You can't see your feet. Do the words fat cow mean anything to you?
Get away from me!
Thank you. That would be all.
He's blind, all right. Those were my funniest faces.
Murder by Death. Okay, this one's not technically a horror parody. It's more of a mystery spoof, but, it's got death in the name, so it counts.
His body was missing. He'd been stripped naked, and his clothes left in his place.
I don't understand. Why would anybody want to steal a dead, naked body?
Well, dear, there are people who...
Oh, that's tacky. That's really tacky.
Eccentric millionaire Lionel Twain, played by Truman Capote of all people, invites the world's 5 greatest detectives to dinner and promises one of them will be murdered. So I'm counting this one.
Yes, murder, Mrs. Charleston. On the stroke of midnight, someone in this house is going to be viciously murdered.
Neil Simon's script brings together parodies of Charlie Chan, Sam Spade, Miss Marple, and Nick and Nora Charles, Maggie Smith, James Coo, just so many. The sets are gorgeous in that 70s gothic way. The jokes, they come super fast.
All right, everybody take their seats.
I'm scared. Stan, hold me.
On yourself, I'm busy.
And while the mystery itself is intentionally convoluted nonsense, watching these comic actors bounce off each other is just pure joy.
Good God!
Cook cannot speak on here. I think Butler is dead. My name is Yatta. I don't work Thursday.
Stop the paper cart. Oh, Don't worry, I had a hanky here somewhere.
Dracula Dead and Loving It was Mel Brooks' last theatrical film, and critics, they just hated it.
I must move the coffin or the chandelier.
I think it has like 11% on Rotten Tomatoes, and it's a bomb that barely made back a third of its budget. But you know what? Here's the thing. I think those critics are totally wrong. I think this movie is hilarious.
Let me show you the deep, raw passion of unbridled sexual frenzy.
But you see, I'm British.
But so are these.
Leslie Nielsen plays Dracula as a flustered aristocrat who just keeps slipping on bat droppings and bashing his head on chandeliers. Peter MacNicol steals the show as Renfield, doing a Dwight Fry impression so committed it transcends parody. Mel Brooks himself plays Van Helsing, which that alone is amazing. And there's this staking scene, so much blood gushes out that Steven Weber ends up drenched head to toe.
Oh my God! So much blood!
She just ate!
The film lovingly recreates the Hammer horror aesthetic. It just looks gorgeous, while skewering both Bram Stoker's Dracula and the 1931 Lugosi original. Is this Young Frankenstein? No, this is nothing like Young Frankenstein. But for vampire nerds who know their Hammer from their Universal, this is totally comfort food.
You'll stay here till you rot.
Well, you're free to go.
Free to go? Why? How?
Good behavior.
But I've only been in here for a moment.
Well, for that moment, your behavior was very good.
Listen, I demand an explanation.
How about this? Hmm?
Oh, my God.
You find me attractive?
You're not a cop.
They wouldn't take me.
Excuse me, I have to run now. Bye!
We're going to talk about High Anxiety with Mel Brooks again, but this time he takes on Hitchcock. And Hitchcock himself sent him a case of wine after seeing this movie that said, "This is just a small token of my pleasure. Have no anxiety about this movie. If this was master approved, who are we to argue?" Brooks plays Dr. Richard Thorndike. He's a psychiatrist with acrophobia who becomes the new director of the Institute for the Very, Very Nervous.
It's a great day here at the Institute for the Very, Very Nervous. Oh, allow me to introduce myself. I am Dr. Charles Montague. I was in charge here until you showed up.
Cloris Leachman does her dominatrix-adjacent Nurse Diesel, and Harvey Korman schemes all throughout the film. The lovely Madeline Kahn shows up as the most Hitchcock blonde imaginable.
I'm going to explode!
Vicky, take it easy, darling. Take it easy.
I'm sorry, please forgive me. I'm just so close to my menstrual cycle that I could scream.
This movie recreates and parodies scenes from Vertigo, Birds, Psycho, even Spellbound. There's a shower scene where the killer stabs Brooks with a rolled-up newspaper while the Psycho strings play beautifully. Brooks took great pains to actually make this look like a Hitchcock film. You know, matching the lighting, the pacing, which makes the jokes land so much harder. When Hitchcock is your target, you have to earn it. And Brooks, man, he sure did earn it.
Hello? I know a lot of the other girls are turned on by these sort of kinky phone calls, but I really couldn't care less. What are you wearing? You are an animal!
Man, we have nothing to eat.
We do now. Look, a chicken, a black chicken. Boil the water, boil the water. Some bad black chicken. Leave us
Love at First Bite starts off as communist Romania kicks Dracula out of his castle so gymnasts can train there.
A unanimous vote of the Central Committee, it has been decided to turn this castle into a training camp for our young athletes. You and your cockroach-eating friend over there have 48 hours to get out.
He then relocates to New York City, and George Hamilton, tan as ever, he plays the Count as his hopeless romantic and fish out of water trying to court a fashion model.
I love you, and I can give you eternal life.
Shit, I knew it, an insurance salesman. I've already got Prudential.
While her psychiatrist boyfriend, who happens to be Van Helsing's descendant, tries to stop him.
Count 3 silver bullets through the heart.
No, Rosenberg. That is a werewolf.
A werewolf? Really? Are you sure?
This was AIP's highest grossing film until Amityville Horror came out a few months later, and it deserved like every single penny. Hamilton clearly was having the time of his life doing a Lugosi impression in this thing. Art Johnson does an amazing Renfield, just cackling laugh that haunts everyone's dreams.
I am going to scream my head off.
If you scream loudly, they'll think you were frightened by a mouse.
There's this amazing disco scene that you absolutely have to see. Dracula accidentally turns a street pimp into a vampire. This movie, okay, it's dated. It's got some jokes that maybe haven't aged very well, but Hamilton's charm carries everything. He wanted to make a sequel for decades, and honestly, he totally should have.
It is late. I must go.
Wait a minute, come on. You can go to bed, maybe get in a little quickie.
No. With you, never a quickie. Always a lonky.
Before Rosemary's Baby, Polanski made The Fearless Vampire Killers. And it's a gorgeous, weird, deeply European vampire comedy that the American studio butchered so badly. They added a cartoon to the beginning because they didn't think audiences would know it was supposed to be funny. This is about a doddering professor and his bubbling assistant, Polanski. They travel to Transylvania to hunt vampires, and the assistant falls for the innkeeper's daughter, who is Sharon Tate, luminous and just heartbreaking in retrospect.
I'm going to save you. We'll go away together.
Where do you want us to go?
I don't know. To your parents, perhaps.
But she's kidnapped by Count von Kulak, and these two idiots have to infiltrate his castle to save her. The ballroom scene, where the vampires realize their guests have reflections in the mirror, is one of the most iconic shots in horror comedy history.
Snatch the girl from them!
This thing parodies Hammer horror while looking just as lavish. It's funny, but it's also creepy at the same time. There's a Jewish vampire who laughs off crosses because, oi, have you got the wrong vampire?
You got the wrong vampire!
The ending is bleaker than you'd expect from a comedy, which feels very Polanski. What We Do in the Shadows owes everything to this film. This is the template. This is how you make a horror parody that respects what it's mocking while still being its own brilliant thing.
By sticking it in.
Sticking it in?
Yes.
Where?
In the heart.
You hear, Yoina? This swine wants me to stick this junk in your heart!
You paid old goat. Stick it! I'll stick this right through you, you old fool!
Horror parodies are kind of hard to pull off, right? If you're too mean, you lose the love for the genre. If you're too reverent, you forget to be funny. The best ones, like the ones on this list, they understand that you can mock something and celebrate it at the same time. These films will teach you that it's okay to laugh at the things you love, that pointing out the clichés doesn't mean you enjoy them any less, that sometimes the best tribute, it's a well-aimed joke. Hey, if you enjoyed this, you should check out some of our other countdowns of parodies and spoofs, maybe from a slightly different genre, and have equally good times. Other than that, keep it weird, folks.
Mr. Peters! You're naked!
Yes, Toby. All these years I've been secretly naked underneath my clothes. But did anyone notice?
Richard H. Thorndike, hold it. Who are you?